Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer, proud partner of Carolina Athletics. Coca-Cola, there's magic when we cheer together. And by Hardison and Cochran, dial 919 all fours for a free legal consultation.
Hello again. Welcome to the latest edition of the Carolina Insider. My name is Jones Angel, coming your way from Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, following what unfortunately was not the result the Tar Heels wanted in the ACC championship game. A close game through the first half and the beginning of the second half, and then it got out of hand. Clemson wins it 39-10 over the Tar Heels. Tigers making all the key plays. A 98-yard interception return for a score, the second longest against Carolina in history, a blocked field goal, a fumble that led to the score for the Tigers. Tar Heels, too many mistakes to beat a good team like Clemson. You'll hear from Mack Brown in just a moment and his thoughts after this one. That's not all we have, though. Carolina, of course, in Blacksburg on Sunday for men's basketball. Coach Davis met with the media earlier in the week. Tar Heels in desperate need of some quality play. He talked about that and what would be important as Carolina opens ACC action. Women's soccer, what a big win for the women as they beat Florida State in the national semifinal to move on to the championship game. We'll have highlights of that victory over the Seminoles. Plus, talking about women's soccer, Adam Lucas and I had a chance to sit down with Allie Sentnor, one of the outstanding young players on this Tar Heel team. You'll see some of that conversation as well. So we have a lot to do here on the Carolina Insider. Let's start with hearing from Mack Brown after Carolina falls to Clemson in the ACC title game.
We felt like with DJ, we were going to make him beat us. We were going to stop the run, so we stacked the box. They put in Cade, and Cade played great. So we had to adjust and try to come after him with really young secondary people in the second half. So that put us in a bind. And we had two turnovers that led to 14 points, one at the 24-yard line, one interception for a touchdown.
What are the problems in the red zone that's connecting there to the last 3 weeks?
If I could answer that tonight, I'd be making more money than I am coaching. We'll have to go back and look at it tonight and see what it is. It's been a consistent problem the last 3 weeks, and it wasn't the first 10, so I don't have any idea. They've got a really good defense. I know that.
Expectations get unfairly high on this team before the last 3 games?
I don't have any idea what they were. We want to win every game. As I've said, this team's been in the championship game twice ever since 2012. So that's a really, really good accomplishment. We lost 7 games last year, and we won 9 this year. So that's a tremendous amount of progress. We're playing one of the best teams in the country that, unless they lost by 1 point last week, they would be in the Final Four. So it shows you where we are, and we're making progress, but it also shows you what we've got to do to get better.
Second row to our left.
Mac, Michael Coe, WCHL Chapelboro. Was Clemson playing both quarterbacks and Klubnik pretty much the entire rest of the game after those first 2 drives? Was that something that you were looking for coming into this game, or did that kind of catch you off guard a little?
No, Cade had played very little all year, and when he went in at Notre Dame, I think he threw an interception, so we totally thought we would see DJ because they hadn't changed all year. We stopped them the first 2 or 3 times. DJ was struggling. That's exactly what we thought would happen, and we were hoping would happen because he's played good at times. But he didn't play well last week, and he was really struggling. They weren't trying to run the ball. We thought they'd try to line up and run it down our throat like Notre Dame did, and then Cade came in and he hit 20 out of 24 and 10 out of 11 the first half and really played great.
Second row right in front of you, Coach.
C.L. Brown, Raleigh News and Observer. Mac, it's kind of piggybacking off of that. It's been the backup quarterbacks for Georgia Tech and NC State. How difficult is it, and how much changes, from you guys prepared for one thing and you have to kind of change on, in the middle of a game? Like, how does that change how you do
Well,
it?
it's very difficult, and we've got to do a better job of it. The other thing is we've got a sophomore and 2 freshmen starting in the secondary, and you don't want to blitz. Because if you do, you leave them out there by themselves. And that's what we had to do the second half and gave up some big plays.
Well, Coach, what was your message to your team on the sidelines following the pick 6?
Pick it up. Go back to work. This is really difficult. It's a hard thing when you're going in to score and cut the score to 24-17, and all of a sudden it's 31-10. when you're third and goal from the 4. But that's part of life. When things happen bad, you got to pick it up and go back. And I didn't think we did very well there. I thought we need to mature and thought we got our head down, which most people would do. And I didn't think we played as well in that stretch. And then they came back and kept trying, but we didn't have the same confidence.
What lessons do you think Drake May can take from this game tonight?
Oh, Drake's the reason we're in the game. He's playing the best defense we've played all year by far. It's one of the best defenses in the country, and we'll all grow from playing a great team. When you play a team that's been in the playoffs every year for about 6 out of the last 8, I think, it shows you what you got to do to get where we want to go, and we're not there yet. We're better than everybody else because we got here, but we weren't better than they were. This was kind of like the Notre Dame game. They were physically better than we were, and they whipped us.
On the pick six, seemed like a huge moment in the game. What did you see on that play, and then what did you talk to Drake about after the play?
I thought he was trying to throw it to Copenhagen, and it just got out of control and got a little bit high. And then he tried so hard to tackle him, and he couldn't. John tried to tackle him, and that's just a freakish play that changes games, just like Omarion's fumble. We're right in the game, we're moving it, and we fumble it at the 24-yard line. I mean, it's and we're not built yet to walk in there and shut it down like we'd hope we will be at some point. So that's what I saw. I knew it was we hadn't done well in the red zone. He was trying to make a play, and I think it just got out of his hands and slipped out of his hands and went over his head.
I'm not gonna believe this, girl.
Dad! Dad, have you seen this?
I did it.
Wells Fargo helps thousands of students go to college.
He got in.
By funding $107 million in scholarships and programming for diverse communities.
Don't worry. I'll be back.
When a bank does what it says,
I knew you could do it!
Opportunity happens. Doing gets it done. Wells Fargo, the bank of doing.
I need to try it first.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison & Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison & Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
I need to try it first.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. Come in now and choose from a great selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is arriving daily, so you can drive one home for the holidays. Lock in this low rate plus make no payments for up to 90 days on a new 2022 Ford F-150. Choose from 6,000 trucks and SUVs, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics.
Carolina basketball on the road to open up ACC play against Virginia Tech. That comes Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Carolina trying to snap a 3-game losing streak on the basketball side of things. Hubert Davis met with the media earlier this week to talk about what would be important for his team to top the Hokies.
I've talked to the team a number of times. I mean, that's all we talk about is a combination of ball movement and player movement, ball movement and player movement. And Everything from an offensive standpoint is bound by spacing and balance with a combination of ball and player movement. And so that's something that for this specific team, we have communicated, talked about, drilled, practiced the first time that we got together as a group. And at the end of the day, what teams are doing against us is they are being very physical. And that physicality has bothered us. And that physicality has bothered us in terms of our movement. It has bothered us in terms of our spacing. And it's bothered us in terms of us running our plays with purpose and pace. As I said before, not just Indiana, just the physicality of other teams in terms of how they're guarding ball screens. They're blitzing us a lot. Our guards aren't able to, to penetrate and get downhill. It's taken us off of our spots. It's taken us off of our movement and our spacing and in the pace in which you have to run a play in order to generate a great shot, not only for yourself, but for others. And that's something that we're going to work on today and tomorrow, something that I've thought about, stuff that we've talked about, over the last, I told you guys before, it was really good for two reasons. One, to be home. Okay. And then number two is have a chance just to kind of think. And over the last couple of days, just been thinking two things. What's not working? And then on the other end, what's not working because we're not working? And those are two different things. And the things that aren't working, those are the things that you have to look at in terms of tweaking, pivoting, altering, and changing. But the things that aren't working because you aren't working, those are things you need to stay the course. And it's been great to have the last couple of days, and I can't wait, for practice at 4 o'clock to communicate to the guys what's not working and the tweaks and pivots and the alters and the changes that we'll make, and the things that aren't working because we're not working, and that we're going to stay the course and and get better.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. Come in now and choose from a great selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is arriving daily, so you can drive one home for the holidays. Lock in this low rate plus make no payments for up to 90 days on a new 2022 Ford F-150. Choose from 6,000 trucks and SUVs, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
We come from different places to experience a piece of history and leave our own mark on the storied fairways of number 2.
Not gonna believe this, girl.
Dad! Dad, have you seen this?
I did it.
Wells Fargo helps thousands of students go to college.
He got in.
By funding $107 million in scholarships and programming for diverse communities.
Don't worry. I'll be back.
When a bank does what it says,
I knew you could do it!
opportunity happens. Doing gets it done. Wells Fargo, the bank of doing.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
I need to try it first.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
I need to try try it first.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Jones Angel. This is the Carolina Insider. Let's talk a little women's soccer. How about the success the women continue to have seemingly every single year? They're trying for their 23rd national title on Monday. That game comes against UCLA, a team that upended the Tar Heels in the regular season 2-1 in Chapel Hill. 6 o'clock Monday night in Cary. That game also on ESPNU if you're unable to make it out to Cary to cheer on the Tar Heels. How'd they get there? With a 3-2 win over Florida State.
Ball through, not cleared, put away! North Carolina leads! Now she sees it. Goal in each of the last 3 games, looking for it with her right, bending it toward the goal, still in front. That was a whole team defensive effort from Florida State to keep that ball out of the back of the net. Yeah, bought into a lot of defense too. Well, thank you very much. Look forward to your game. I think we've got a handball here. This is going to be a penalty. Thanks so much, Coach. Thanks. Well, Tori Hansen, a perfect 4 for 4 from the penalty spot on the season. The captain to double the lead for North Carolina. You bet. Tar Heels up 2-0. Emily Moxley playing in her hometown of Cary. Into the box and in! Roque smacks the ball in frustration as North Carolina now leads it 3-0 off the set piece goal. Ball across in the gloves of Allen. Sentinel a little slow to step to the ball. Flynn puts it in the box. Allen grabs it in. That should do it for North Carolina. The Tar Heels give up 2 goals in the second half, but hang on for the 3-2 win. They're going to the national championship game.
I'm very proud of the fact that of our 3 backs, 2 of them scored. And if you look at our record in the ACC, but also this season, we've had a damn good defense and very good goalkeeping. Now, have we been flawless? No, but if you look at the strength of our schedule, it's remarkable. And I think that strength of schedule prepared us to be in a position to compete against an extraordinary FSU team today. So I'm very proud of everything we've done and certainly proud of these kids that are stepping up at the right moment. In fact, these kids are just killing themselves for each other because we were hanging by a thread there for a while in the second half. And then obviously we coalesced a bit and figured out a way to push forward. But if you were to sort of study this group, you would see everyone just pulling aggressively for each other in the most positive way. And I think that's the quality that sets this team apart. They absolutely love each other. They love coming to practice. They basically support the kids that play. Because let's face it, I mean, one of the things and the ugliest part of competitive athletics are the athletes that basically don't get to play and undermine the team and its mission. And let's face it, there are so few teams where everyone celebrates the people that are playing in front of them. And this team is one of those teams. They celebrate the kids that have kept them on the bench. And that positive chemistry, I think, is what sets this particular team apart.
You're not gonna believe this, girl.
Dad! Dad, have you seen this?
I did it.
Wells Fargo helps thousands of students go to college.
He got in.
By funding $107 million in scholarships and programming for diverse communities.
Don't worry. I'll be back.
When a bank does what it says,
I knew you could do it.
opportunity happens. Doing gets it done. Wells Fargo, the bank of doing.
I need to try it first.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
I need to try it first.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright. Come in now and choose from a great selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is arriving daily, so you can drive one home for the holidays. Lock in this low rate plus make no payments for up to 90 days on a new 2022 Ford F-150. Choose from 6,000 trucks and SUVs, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics.
Wrapping up the Carolina Insider, I'm Jones Angell. Thanks for being here. You saw the highlights of Carolina's win over Florida State in the national semifinal in the previous segment earlier in the week. Adam Lucas and I had a chance to catch up with Allie Sentnor. What a player. Allie on Team USA. She has 5 goals in the NCAA tournament for the Tar Heels. Adam and I got a chance to catch up with Allie before the Florida State game.
Joined today by Allie Sentnor, who I don't think remembers that. Well, I know she doesn't remember this, but we have met before. We were showing someone around, and we stopped by women's soccer practice the day they were doing the BEEP test, which is a conditioning test. Allie wasn't doing it because, as we'll talk about, she was coming back from some injuries. So when we left there, the folks we were with said, I think that Allie Sentnor is going to be really good. She seems tough as nails. So, Allie, congratulations on, in fact, being tough as nails and also having a great season for the Tar Heels, who were in the Final Four.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you remember the BEEP test, and how happy were you that you didn't have to do it that day?
I mean, it was very nice not to have to run the BEEP test that day, but honestly, it's worse being injured. So at that point, I'd probably rather run it.
All right, so take us through, because injury's been a big part of your story here early in your Tar Heel life. So tell us a little bit about it and just fighting through it.
Yeah, I mean, you never think you're going to be the one to kind of go down with injury, especially a season-ending injury. So it was really tough for me. My mentality really had to switch. I had to take on a different role that I never thought I would have had to take on my freshman year of college. But I really think it brought out a lot of qualities that I didn't think I had in me, and it really taught me a lot of lessons that I think have helped me this season.
What did it bring out of you that maybe you didn't know until you had to sit there and watch for a full season?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I've been on the field for a lot of the teams that I've played on, and I've played a lot of minutes, so being on the bench and knowing I'm not going in the game was a huge difference. So learning how to just see what my teammates needed from me and learn what I needed to do on the bench, whether it be bring things to teammates before the game or hyping them up or just doing things that I normally probably wouldn't have done. Sure. And I think it's carried over into this season. Even though I'm back on the field, I've carried over things like taking my teammates out to lunch or just doing things that would help them in their game that I probably wouldn't have done before.
Did you see the game? Like, did you watch the game any differently when you knew you weren't going to go in and be able to compete in it? You just kind of sit back and watch it. Did you watch it any differently?
I mean, obviously I'm watching my team as a fan. I want them to win, as we all want the Tar Heels to win. So I'm watching them as a fan, but I also tried to watch as kind of a coach and see what I saw on the sidelines that could help them, whether it be different movements, different passes. That's just something that I could help them with and have a different perspective. But I was definitely watching as like, I really want them to win, please win, but also trying to figure out what I can do.
What you have done, especially during the postseason, score a bunch of goals. 5 goals in 4 NCAA tournament games. Anson mentioned towards the end of the regular season he'd like the team overall to finish a little better. Why have you been doing that as a team and individually so well here in the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, it's really a team effort. All my goals have been a team effort, and everyone else's as well. I think the new formation we've been playing in the postseason, the 3-5-2, has really helped us play well together. It's helped us combine. It's helped us get more numbers into the attack. So it's just been really fun to play with my teammates, and I think when we're all having fun and we're all playing together, that's when we eventually score more goals.
Okay, if somebody's not a huge soccer fan, like how big of a deal is a new formation, like making a formation change, especially this late in the season?
Yeah, late in the season, it's especially hard. I think it's also a big testament to how well our backs can really transform into that new position and adapt, because going from a 4-back to a 3-back is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You have one less defender against the great attacking teams that this tournament has had. So I think it's a real testament to just how amazing our defenders are, how adaptable our team is, and just that the ultimate goal is to win, so it doesn't really matter what formation we play.
We've talked to a couple members of the women's soccer team through this season and previous seasons, and something that is always brought up is the culture on the team and how much y'all enjoy being together, and it's competitive but fun. How is that culture, in your opinion, able to be fostered?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy culture. There's, you can't really explain it, you can't really replicate it. It's competitive. Every practice is a battle. You go after each other, but then after practice, you're going and getting dinner and you're going and hanging out. And it really is like everyone on our team loves each other, and you can feel it when you're just hanging around our team the last week. Like, everyone is just so happy and so invested and so bought into what we're doing, even if you're not playing, even if you're a starter, if you're injured, whatever it is, everyone is just here for the team, and I think that's really special.
That'll do it for us this week. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back next week, of course. A lot of men's basketball action. Tar Heels and Virginia Tech. Tar Heels finally back at home after this long road trip. They'll host Georgia Tech next Saturday. Have highlights of the women's soccer team in the national championship game as well. All of that coming up next week on the Carolina Insider.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer, proud partner of Carolina Athletics. The 2022 Ford F-150, a tradition of excellence. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer today. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heels Sports Properties, a property of Learfield.